First day back in about a week and a half here. And took 3 trades, and these two were basically the same setup. This one ticked me out and worked out, so plan was still pretty good today, both long and short worked out. And I'm glad I stayed with this setup till the end and watched it work out. Going into today, I haven't been in the markets recently for the last week, so it seems like it's been in an uptrend, and the TPO was higher relationship, and same with the floor pivots and higher overlapping higher on the cams. So overall, a bullish trend, bullish sentiment, and especially today's open was above H4 and R1 and range and value. So this H4 and R1 level coincided with this low volume node that I had here. And so I really like this level for longs, anywhere from 75, 25-ish area to 21 R1 area. So anywhere in here, I wanted to long. Secondly, I liked this a little bit less, but it was still, I thought it was still a good level. 75.52 high volume node ledge, which also was in confluence with H5 and R2, which are good upper limits to hit. So I wanted to kind of short that area. So long over here or short here, I was biased towards longing this, but if it did come here, I would short. So today, market opens up and it comes down right into my low volume node area, and then it forms a 1 minute engulfing candle here, same with a 3 minute candle. So I really liked that. So it comes down here. 25 is the low volume node area, forms a B shape. And it starts bouncing a little bit. So forms a B shape, POC at the lows here, and then starts bouncing. So this CVD is not my favorite here because it's rallying up and it's almost near the highs, but price is not near the highs. But buying imbalances do come in. POC at the lows here, B shape. And so I liked that. I also kind of liked this selling here at the lows, but that was of minor occurrence. So now I'm looking for a pullback back into around 75.27, but it seems like it's not happening and just rallying up. So I'm really trying to be patient here, especially because I don't want to rush into things after taking a week off. So I'm still trying to be very patient, and I'm waiting for this retest. And what I see here is that forms a delta divergence bearish, comes back down, but then it starts forming a delta divergence bullish and bouncing back up. And it's forming kind of a B shape here. And I like this. I was actually away from my desk a little bit, so I didn't really get the entry here. Probably a better entry would have been around here, which is about 33. I saw that delta divergence forming, and I probably should have gotten here, but I come in a little late here, and get in around 36 with the stop below 30s, which is right under here. So I thought it was a decent setup. I had all my confirmations here. I wanted to wait for a retest. It kind of retested, it's not the best retest confirmations, but it seemed like it held anyway, so it wasn't bad. We do have 7 a.m. news, consumer confidence, so I'm aware of that. But it does go to 44, which is around VWAP, and I thought there was a pretty good chance that we would go up to here. My target was 54, which was 3R, and it was just on one contract. But it started forming a delta divergence bearish there. I thought it was consolidating and it would break out of there, but selling came in, and selling came in pretty aggressively here, and it stopped me out at my full stop loss here. So it seemed like it was bouncing a little bit, but formed a delta divergence, came all the way back down, and my stop is under the 30s here, and stopped me up. Went to a low of 29.5, I think. And yeah, 29.5 when my stop was 30. So stopped me out by 2 ticks and then started bouncing. So what I notice here is that at the 20 range chart here forms a delta divergence. And I like that, but I don't see much anything else here. So nothing really here on CVD, just this delta divergence on the 20 range chart. Nothing really on the 2-minute chart either. So I'm kind of waiting for a little bit more, maybe a retest or something. But even here I was contemplating getting in, but I don't know, I didn't see anything too solid here. Yeah, not even really on the candle charts here. So unfortunate, it ticked me out, but maybe I could have gone a better entry over here with a stop at the lows, then I wouldn't have gone stopped out like that. But yeah, yeah, I contemplated getting in, but did not because I want to stay patient. And it went all the way up to my target at high volume node ledge. And it would have hit my target at 3R. So, unfortunate. But I'm still trying to get in long here. All throughout this kind of a rally. I mean, it's not much of a rally though, because it keeps forming these delta divergences bearish. But buyers keep buying the dip and it keeps going up. CVD is forming hidden divergence bearish, but keeps going up. And so I really want to, even here, after this dip was bought up, I wanted to get in long, but at this point it was way too close to my target. And even if I did want to get long, I didn't know where to target. And then I realized that this level over here was my short level, so I decided to turn my focus onto shorting this rather than trying to catch long to some unknown target here. So now I'm looking for shorts instead of regretting not entering on that 20-minute or 20 range delta divergence. And I see these high volume hammer or shooting stars come in. So 1 minute, kind of a shooting star there. And then I saw that it broke the highs here and then started forming almost a delta divergence there on the 2 minute. Same with here, delta divergence on the 2 minute, and it's almost forming. It didn't quite form yet, but 1200 delta here, positive, but candle is closing negative. Well, about to close negative. So there was that. There was CVD hidden divergence. So I liked it. I liked this little high volume 5-minute candle here. So I honestly thought this was a decent setup here. So breaks the highs again. And then I see this 2-minute delta divergence forming. Another delta divergence forming on the 20 range chart. And so I get in with 2 contracts this time. Again, 1500 delta here, but candle about to close negative. Another delta divergence forming on the 2 minute here. And then again, a CVD hidden divergence here with a 1 minute delta divergence. So lots to like about it here. Again, 2 minute delta divergence forms. 419 positive delta, but negative candle. And I thought I was pretty patient here. I'm waiting for all these. I'm waiting for like a sure confirmation. And I finally get that. I get in short 2 contracts with a stop over here. Very small risk, about 3 points. And I really like this 1800 delta here, but forming a shooting star candle with the POC at the highs. So again, 1 minute delta divergence here, CVD hidden divergence. So I really thought this was a good setup. It's been throwing short signals all throughout, and then I finally got that good confirmation, and I got in short. So now it forms that delta divergence here, 1555 positive delta, but negative candle, and then this 2 minute delta divergence. It forms another 2 minute delta divergence here, positive 350, 360, but candle closes negative, and I really thought it was going to break down here. But these 47s were just so stubborn. It just couldn't break that. Every time it got down there, it would get bought up. 47s again, got bought up, and stops me up. So I was like, I'm pretty much done for the day. I don't think this is going to work out. But as it broke these highs, I realized that this RSI, I was forming a delta, or RSI normal divergence here, because it was breaking highs, but RSI was barely, it was basically the same. And then again, as it broke the highs, it forms a delta divergence on the 2 minute chart. Also, I liked that it broke highs and forms a high volume 1 minute shooting star here. So I liked that candle. I also liked that it formed a 5 minute high volume shooting star, and then another kind of a basing candle on the 3 minute. So I'm still looking at this short. I only get in with one contract because it was my second attempt at this, and I was pretty much losing all hope. But again, it's forming a delta divergence on the 20 range chart. The RSI normal divergence, 3 minute high volume basing, and then of course another CVD hidden divergence here, breaking the highs up here and up here, but price not breaking the highs. So last attempt at this, got in short one contract, pretty tight stop. It's about 3 points, and yeah, almost 4 points. And yeah, it seemed like it was bouncing, and I almost got stopped out here, but somehow held on here and made its way down. And it was kind of a grueling move downwards, but forms another delta divergence on the 2 minute here. And then it finally breaks these 52s here, and you see the 20 range chart forming another delta divergence now. Yeah, it took a while to break those 52s and then the 47s, but 20 range candle ends up as a delta divergence, which is a good sign. And then yeah, it starts selling off here. So at this point, I hit 2R, and I started trailing on the 3 minute as it hit 3R, because honestly my target was over here, but I felt like that was too far away. So I set my target as the swing low here, and then started trailing the 3 minute high candle, 3 minute candle high after it hit 3R. And yeah, eventually it hit the swing low, eventually it hit this low volume node, and it seems like it came into H4, R1, and pretty much to the low of that low volume node. So not a bad trade. It could have ended at 2R or 3R here, but luckily it didn't break the highs of the previous 3 minute candle and kept selling off. So yeah, I think I was pretty patient today. I think these were all pretty good setups here. Unfortunate that this didn't work out, but I thought this was a very good setup. Unfortunate it didn't work out. This one I thought was also a good setup, and I was patient with it. So not a bad first day back.